Do the thing. Show my face. No, not the camera of the HTC Vive. Also, hello. You must have blocked because I moved cameras, things, didn't I? Okay. How about the actual one? Yeah, look at that. There's a Jimble's face. I know everyone wants one of those. I mean, well, okay, you don't need to one. You could. Wouldn't go astray, that's for sure. Unlock. Beep. There you go. I can see the actual full text. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Pillars of Eternity with Professor Jimbles. I got a big coffee. Because I've been sick. Well, like, I think I've been sick, which is the weirdest thing. Because honestly, I should just say yes, I'm pretty sure I am. It's just not presenting in the exact same way. Oh yeah. You're gonna edit this because I'm in a good mood today. There you go. So you didn't hear anything? What about the lovely background music, Loxy? The whole reason everyone tunes in. Anyway, okay, so it's been a good Monday so far. Even though I thought I might be sick. Because Emma Stitches has had a cold since about Friday afternoon. And it got worse, and then it got... I provide generic human mouth sounds all the time. I provide generic human sounds from other orifices as well, if you're lucky. So I've been looking after Emma Stitches, which has been... I don't know, it sucks to see someone you love feeling unwell, but... Doesn't it feel like doing well on an exam sometimes, maybe? Like, this is husband test, isn't it? Your partner is ill, can you look after them? And I'm like, yes, I can, and it's not that hard. Let's go. I like that. That's nice. There are other sides to the coin, however. Deadfire is complaining at me. Okay, that's fair. Turn up the noise. I don't know why Twitch is quieter for everyone. But it just is. I accept it. I mean, I did it when I watched Deadman stream, and I was exercising in the living room instead of exercising at other points during the week. So, like, it's just a truism, I guess. Shrug. I have to force close Deadfire, the game. It was refusing to load my save. I'll get that another go. It just means that the music is going to double up again soon. Hopefully it's not too annoying. Anyway, we got... Drinking this large coffee. I thought I would be sick because yesterday I was exhausted. I could do essentially nothing. But I wasn't getting the things Emma wants. Like, I wasn't sniffly. I mean, I was for a little bit of time, and a bit of fix just dealt with it. I wasn't sniffly, I wasn't coughing. I warned you! I didn't think it would be louder. It's not supposed to be louder, but, you know. Right, there. That music will stop now. Okay, well, I don't like the panic. I gotta finish this story, Loxy. It's straight up not your fault, is what. Like, don't think it is. Right. Now it's actually loading my fucking save. We'll continue chatting. But I started to feel, like, fine today. Okay, the whole story is Emma is sick but feeling better today. Not amazing, but better. I thought I was getting sick, but yesterday I was really, really tired, and that's all I got. Like, that's all I got. And while we've had a negative PCR test from Emma, I didn't bother to go get one. Because I haven't had any other symptoms, just extreme tiredness on Sunday, which was crazy. Crazy. Honestly, I haven't felt more tired than that before. Was it Saturday night? It was one of the two. Anyway, and so we ate leftovers and we chilled, and I did a very little bit of uni work. in preparation for today, which was results day for 2 separate assignments. One of them was 85s on the like absolute minimum for a high distinction. The other one was 72. That's a credit, baby. Huzzah! It's above 50, and that's all I wanted. Yay! Take that, you fucks! Apparently, I can do this. And we'll only am editing as well. So we did it. I successfully wrote a beginning introduction essay for a sociology assignment. Hell yeah, right? Can't believe I fucking made it. Those are good marks. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. We just did a brief run through of the group presentation that needs the last 20 minutes. We just did a very brief discussion of how much we've done, and everyone's happy with our efforts, and it looks really good. And I think I'll scrape by on at least a pass, especially based on how much work everyone else has put in. Group assignment, baby. I have to run all the tech. That's going to be fun. But I'm the one who's currently streaming, so I think it would be a bit bitchy if I can't handle the slide transitions for people. They're lucky. I was going to be like, hey, here's how to log into Office 365. Let's all work on it together at the same time. And that's too much effort. I'm not going to bother. Yeah. HD and a sociology essay. And I thought the next assignment was due this weekend. It's not. It's the week after. Which means I'm ahead. I've already done the assignment plan. It's a reflective essay, which is apparently I still need a bunch of academic sources. None of this is easy. Even the easier stuff is still not easy. You know? This is easier than an academic essay. A reflective essay is hey, when you're a counselor, you should probably have an understanding of how sociological concepts can impact your counselling. So please, here are some prompts, reflect on them, and find how they could affect your counselling in future. Cite at least 10 sources. At least. They're pretty clear, especially in the lectures, that they wanted more than 10. 10 is an absolute minimum for that one. It's 1,500 words too. That one's gonna be good because I'm excited to talk about gender in counselling, because of course I am, right? I don't know how I'll work the phrase dad jumper in, but I'll figure it out. Not wearing a dad jumper. Got a robe behind me, but I'm gonna put the heater on, so I would immediately start overheating if I kept it on. So we're not doing that. We're drinking the coffee, we're having a good time. So yeah, I got results and they were good, and I was worried about them, but they turned out fine. Hell yes. Worried about them, and with a HD, right? That's enough to that class, that one there, the sociology one, that's where I get to do the reflective essay, and I'm pretty sure that'll go well. But then there's an actual exam. Log in, write potentially detailed responses to questions. Studying for that's going to be annoying. I think you just have to read all of the readings multiple times, right? That's how you do that. I might make it through this semester, and then I get to do Counseling 101, fucking finally. I don't believe I gotta do this for another, 5 years. Because I'm not doing it full time. May end up deferring. Who knows, I'm just thinking about it now, that stretch of time, the rise and fall, the I'm busy and stressed about this thing, followed by the periods of time where I'm I'm no longer stressed about it. I see this term break of a couple of weeks is a gentle refresher period. But still, this is what taking it seriously looks like. Seven fucking years. Yeah, that 5 is not including a postgrad in the subject area I want to do the most. Oh, it'll be even harder. The postgrad at a different university, they'll actually be looking at my results. Like, you got passes on all these, nothing else, and I have to say, yes, but I'm so cute, please let me in. I don't think you can seduce sexologists into doing what you want. Because I feel like that's a pretty good way to pick up nearly anyone you want, right? Like, think about it. An academic conference for sexologists. Essentially, 40% of the people going are fucking, right? And this sounds like a weird judgment on the profession, but honestly, it comes more from the understanding that the people are going to go into, well, when it comes to academia, people are going to go into the areas they're interested in, and it's more likely that non-monogamous or ethically non-monogamous or polyamorous people are going to be interested in studying sexology compared to, say, theology. Right? I'm not crazy. What I'm saying is, at that point, the probably 35, 36, whatever year old who's applying, hopefully a dad by that point as well. There may be an entrance interview, and probably done online because it's distance university as well. I don't think I'll be able to convince him just by going, yeah? Yeah? What do you think? You and me? No, that's not going to work. Can't do what I always do and just send kinky memes to them. They would have seen them all. Unless I'm their first kinky memologist. Anyway, let's play Pillars of Eternity. This was a delaying tactic. The game has finished loading. See? Ta-da! Alright. Can we get a brief sound test?
Yeah? Hey.
How is everybody?
Of course.
That going okay?
Yes, Captain. Yours to command, Captain.
Let me know if that's not good. Otherwise, Twaha?
Is he dead? Or must I handle everything myself?
Twaha crosses her arms and waits. Sound good? Thank you, Lexi. Okay, so the end of last episode, we learned about Twaha and her tail, and then convinced the tail to go leave. It didn't kill him. You don't have to worry about your tail any longer.
Is this so?
Twaha blinks, saving any hope for when she hears it from Maya.
We took care of it, just like I said we would.
Winking, Maya holds out Atsuru's missives. Twaha snatches the papers away with a blur. Pelagina likes this. Glancing over the pages, Twaha licks a thumb to turn each sheet. She nods, muttering under her breath.
Everything seems to be in order. I'll see to it that these are addressed in good time.
The edge of her mouth creeps up into a smile. But Stalker acted like he was a spy. Maya and Twaha exchanged an uncertain glance, mirroring each other's frown.
That's classified.
Maya rolls her eyes as she and Twaha say the same thing at once.
We should be going. It's been an absolute delight.
Maya clasps her hand, but Twaha winces at the contact.
That's enough of that, soldier. Atsuro will know your performance was adequate.
She pulls back, wiping down her palm.
And you, Watcher. Rawatai thanks you for your service.
She bows stiffly. Maya, we're discussing what happened here later.
Yeah, I thought we would.
Shrugging, Maya delivers a hard, meaningful salute to Twaha, even as the other Rawatai turns, acting every way a stranger.
I need to check in with Atsura. Mind if we take a detour to the Brass Citadel?
Maya raises her brow. Reporting in on your mission, I take it?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Atsura probably wants to make sure I'm not wasting too many resources on his little errand. Nothing to worry about.
Maya shrugs, gesturing to be off. Well, this
Yes,
is,
Captain. Naturally.
like, mysterious. Suspicious,
Fresh
too.
fish! Race you to the coral.
No contest.
Do I hear a
What?
tavern?
Just because you have fingers
Right,
and
I
I
don't get
can't
marooned
swim?
on.
You are a stranger.
We're no longer marooned, buddy. Takes 3 minutes to walk a short distance. I kind of miss reading Night Road. Haven't played it much because it's actually hard to focus on. Weirdly enough, I feel like when I'm streaming it, I give it and you my focus. Done. Problem solved. Perfect. When it's just on my computer, I alt tab and I pay attention to other things and try and move through dialogue a bit faster. It's just not good. But no, it's good. I'm not good at it, and that's less fun. And it's certainly not its fault. It does make me think, do I want to try Saturday morning again? Answer is no, I don't. Could record it. Like, oh, that wasn't my ship. Yeah. I could record it, just like treat it as an audiobook recording, and that would force me to give it full attention. But like, I like watching TV shows and playing games at the same time. It just, you can't do that and give it credit. It deserves your actual attention. Because there's less bullshit, you know? Which is a funny thing to say. It's true. These folks will do. Brass Citadel. Imperial Command. We're dropping by in, and we'll actually wander up to the Serpent's Crown again, because we have a couple of quests to turn in. We were travelling in the slums of Neketaka when the streets suddenly become barren. The cliffs high above block all sight of the stars from the narrow alleys and tunnels of Neketaka's ghettos. A reek of rotten fruit mixes with a noisome scent of dead fish, swaddling you along with 100 other lesser filthy fragrances. Your footsteps echo in the darkness, piercing the otherwise silent slums. Do not walk so loudly, Captain. Some of us are uneasy at the dead fish smell. Takeo flinches at a passing shadow. You turn a corner and walk into a plaintive cry. Help! Misshapen shadows mix with low hissing and the skittering of claws and filthy stone to resolve into a pack of skulder. The glistening moors float in the black, and cave grubs wriggle about their legs, mandibles snapping as if to mangle the air. On the far side of the creatures, a small girl dressed in the rags of the Juana grips a gleaming sword in both hands. She brandishes it wildly at the Skulder, each swing of the blade releasing a howl that keeps beasts at bay. They creep ever closer to her, however, and her eyes plead with your own. Please! Bye, lol. Oh, fuck. Shady. Like, draw the beast's attention. Moderate positive. Let's do that. It kind of sucks that it's telling us that we'll gain reputation with them. I don't want that level of detail. With a resounding shout, Adair rushes into the fray. The Skulder flinch and turn on your party. They growl hungrily as they charge forward. I'll kill some Skulder, of course. I'm curious as to why this girl is being attacked by bat-like creatures. Kusi, okay. Get in the fray. Can we do one of those? What is this up to? Empower attack. Twin shot. How are the twin shot on this skull track? That should do it, to be honest.
Mati, I need to try something else.
I think that did it. Quite a lot. Cool. Oh.
I am ready.
I don't know if we strictly need Pallegina for too much longer, but I like having her in the party. Paladins are good. Girl panting before you, draped in tattered reparo robes, bears a few bruises and cuts, but looks otherwise unharmed. Beads of sweat commingle with trickling blood on her forehead. Finally relaxing, she lowers the sword she's been swinging, letting the edge rest in the dirt. The pommel bears the form of a dog's head.
Thanks, stranger. Don't think I could have made it without you.
Lucy smiles, eyes gleaming in the gloom. Is this the same voice actor as Vela? What were you doing out here?
These Skulder had been picking folk off for weeks, picking on the weak. Those too young, old, or sick to fight them off.
She kicks one of the corpses. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor as Vela. It was a statement, though I am open to other interpretations.
Maybe it was stupid, but I couldn't let that go on, not if I could help it.
That was incredibly brave of you.
Nah.
Lucy looks away with a blush, her hair falling over her face to half hide her grin. Nah, listen to it again. There's a different tone in her voice. She's affecting a different character. It's intended to be a different performance.
I mean, maybe a little.
What, the sword you got there?
Like it? My father left it for me. Told me that one day I'd defend the Deadfire with it.
It seemed to have magical properties.
You're not wrong. I don't understand it myself, but it seemed to confuse the Skulder. Probably saved my life.
Then it's an ancestral blade.
Not really. Father found it and brought it home. He said he got it from some Dirwittian pirate captain with a dog named Griffin. But, well, sometimes his tales were a bit taller than true.
She smiles, but sadness hides behind the glint of her eyes. Yeah, definitely older. That's the affectation I'm getting. Or essentially the voice actor is not putting on a I am younger voice. It looked like he had it handled. I just slipped in to help clean up.
I doubt it, but thanks for saying so all the same.
He laughs.
Anyway, I think you should have this. For what you did, and for what you can do with it.
He kneels, wipes the blood off the blade, and slides it into a scabbard before proffering it to you. Most water in the gullet don't have your grasp of Adiran.
That's Father's doing. He traveled all over and he insisted that I learn Adiran, Valian, and Rawatayan.
Puffs out her chest.
I even know a few phrases in Anutanic.
You should keep your sword.
It would mean a lot to me if you took it. Besides, it's a bit big for me. I should probably stick with daggers and the like.
Why is she voiced? This is interesting. Continue.
Oh, a lady knows what she likes in a weapon. Ahead of her years, this one.
Maya grins down at the girl. If you insist. As you take the sword from her, the girl steps back. Griffin blade. Grant's loyal companion. Steadfast wielder and nearby allies. Bloody. Okay, not bad. Oh no. Okay, yeah, that's a poor. The story there is a bit sad. Involves a dead doggo. We're not doing that.
I truly appreciate what you did. Not everyone in Neketaka steps in for a neighbor. I need to be getting back to Mother, though.
You grimaces down at one of the dead Skulder.
I probably shouldn't take home Skulder meat, should I?
She muses. Like,
I am ready.
I mean, meat's meat.
At once.
wish I could give you better meat, but okay. Hey, gross. I didn't say that. How dare you? This is an interesting random encounter, but it feels unfinished. Like, I don't want to be sitting here going, there's more to this, and I'm not understanding the whole thing, and I feel like I'm missing something.
I can't.
I'm safe with you.
Me this far.
Maya scratches the back of her head.
This is where we part ways. For the moment.
What's going on, Maya?
Atsura will want me to report in alone. Sorry, it's company business.
Okay.
I might not be back for a few days on account of this.
Maya chews the inside of her cheek and reaches into a pack. She produces a sealed missive.
I'm supposed to handle this one alone.
Uh-huh.
I won't ask you to come along or get involved.
At first, it seems like she's looking down at Ashiza. In fact, Maya's looking down at her feet. I'll go with you. Where are we bound?
When I said I won't ask, what I mean is you aren't invited. This is a one-woman, one-bird kind of job.
Uh-huh.
Hey, farm boy, try to keep the captain entertained while I'm gone.
She nods to Adair.
Well, take care, Ishi. Expect to see you both back with us.
Go have fun. Chase a god, save an island. Do what you do best, Captain.
She nods encouragingly. Safe travels, Maya.
And you as well. Just don't have too much fun without us.
This is interesting. She nods to you, holding her gaze for an extra moment before she clicks her tongue to summon Ashiza. So, I was going to talk to Maya because we had dialogue with her. And now we can't, so I'm just going to quickly load. Save, then load. We're jumping back to the gullet. We're talking to Maya, listening to that dialogue. Now we're jumping forward. I don't... We may just listen to that dialogue again. Oh, it's at the beginning here. Okay, well, it's not so bad. The only thing we need to remember to do
You were saying?
is let her empower a double shot.
Makes no difference.
Here we go. Twin shot, crits for 70.
You were saying?
Watch and learn.
Right.
Thanks, stranger. Don't think I could have made it. These scold me. Huh, you would like it? You're not wrong. Not really. Huh, anyway, that's fine. I even know a few phrases and then
keep
you would
your
mean
sword?
The lady knows what she likes in a weapon.
Seriously, you need
Ahead
a
of
more
her
than I
years,
do.
this one.
Well, I can hardly make you take it, can I?
She chuckles and lowers the weapon to her side.
I truly appreciate what you did. I probably should.
Okay, so we just don't get the sword. I still feel like we're missing something. Anyway. Nearly left without talking to Maya. Repeating the exact same error I did and was angry at myself for doing earlier. God damn it. Jim balls. Cool. Cool. Actually, that creates a secondary weapon. Let's not do that. Yeah, there you go. Lots of healing. Let's do that. Alright. Maya.
I can tell that something's on your mind, and I owe you an explanation.
Maya nods, stepping up her chin and steeling herself.
Twaha is eccentric. I know.
Uh-huh.
Even in the Navy, I never knew what to make of her. You might be asking yourself why one of the tribals would be stalking her, and if that has anything to do with our little mission.
Mission. Interesting choice of words. Nodding, Maya sighs.
Atsura is doing important work in the Deadfire. He's bringing peace, order, bounty. Not everyone sees it that way, so he has to keep his intentions quiet.
That's one way to put it.
I know the secrecy doesn't look good, but I can promise you that this is for a better Deadfire.
The stalker wasn't just some creep or thief, was he?
Probably not. Leave it to the Huana to distrust a lone Rawatayan who knows her business. Doesn't surprise me that they'd want to keep an eye on outsider business, or get in the way of it.
Are you both spies?
If I pass information from one place to the next, does that make me a spy?
By definition, yes.
I suppose it depends on what side of the fence you're on.
Good God. Is there anything else you're not telling me?
Yes, of course there is, and plenty else besides. You think Atsura tells me everything?
I mean, I'd hope.
Whatever he has planned for the Deadfire, I'm only a small part of it. But I still need to protect my part.
That's all. For now.
For what it's worth, you're doing a great thing for the Deadfire. You'll see that someday.
Let's be off. Now.
Speak freely. You have my undivided attention, as always.
Alright. That's all. Like, it doesn't give us that much more information, but... Doesn't feel right not actually asking the question, hey, what the fuck is up? That's weird. So as nice as she is, and how she's trying pretty hard to keep us alive whenever we're getting into random fights, it's still a decent point that, like, she is a spy.
This is where we part ways. For the moment.
What's going on, Maya?
Atsura will want me to report in alone. I might
We
not
just
be
had
back
this.
for a times. I won't ask you to come along or
Where
get
we
involved.
bound?
I said I won't. If you miss,
May you return with a good one.
Yeah. If you miss me, chat with that fish man. I'm sure he's got some stories. She nods towards Takeo. Yeah, she refers to a different companion each time. Turn with a good one. He crosses his arms and raises his brow.
go have fun. Chase a god, save an island. Do what you do best, Captain.
She nods encouragingly. Safe travels, Maya.
You as well. Just don't have too much fun without us.
Well, we had to go without Maya. I don't know how long for. Wait some fire. Go to Ashen Moor, not doing that yet. Trade secrets. Go to Serpent's Crown. Go to Serpent's Crown. We might do this. Better for Deadlight. Might do that too. Might do that first. Ask me to thwart. Well, we're probably going to go in and be told off. Hi.
You look like you've come with a purpose.
What was all the black powder at Hisongo? Look of surprise passes over her face. She tries to cover it with a grunt.
Noticed that, did you? Saltpeter is one of our chief resources at Rawatai, and we believe in putting resources to use.
I'm not talking to Atsura. I'm talking to Hazanui.
Now you can see why we didn't want the Valians nosing around our fort.
Did you get Queen Onakaza's fruit basket? Her expression darkens, and she draws on her pipe.
I got our message all right.
She sighs angrily, smoke filtering through her teeth. Alright. No, we're not asking a disabled person, how did you become disabled? Not very classy, dude. Fuck off, random. We can be nicer than that. The game, Pillars 1 labeled some people as addict and gave them no more information because they're just NPCs, the same way they label thief, and that's not cool. We don't have to repeat
I saw
that.
one shoot once. Hit a lurch shark in the eye from 200 feet away.
Atsura.
Clear skies.
I destroyed the luminous adder at Bokokahara. He tilts his head as he watches you, eyes unblinking.
Excellent. My reports confirm a certain amount of confusion in Queen's birth.
He smiles.
Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you know of this?
He leans a little closer, his hands folded behind his back. Strong concentrations of essence affect the physical world. That's how blights manifest, for instance.
Fascinating. And most encouraging. You've proven most valuable. Accept this as a small token of our gratitude.
He hands you a purse, but his expression is distant, as if he's still thinking about what you told him.
We'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storms, but we had little evidence.
I mean, thanks, rebooting. It's a decent point, right? I just feel like we don't need to. God, I haven't played Portal 1 or 2 in a while. Rautai's played the terrible storms. You think there may be a connection?
Yes.
Huh.
If the storms that assail Rawatai have a similarly unnatural origin, then perhaps they too can be stopped.
He looks back up at you, his eyes bright with purpose.
And if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. Work that you might be able to help with.
Another silence passes as he regards you.
After all, those of us born to privilege have a responsibility to use it to noble ends, no?
He smiles, showing you all his pointed teeth.
In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help.
Oh, back upstairs, good damn.
Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors. It's most conspicuous.
Oh well. He frowns a little. God. Yeah, I also don't mind that as an option to ask it. Absolutely. It allows you to potentially roleplay because we can play characters who are different from us, that's all. That's worth it. We're down Maya, we're down Ashiza. I feel so lonely.
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Pococohara.
She scratches her chin with the stem of her pipe, watching you with new interest.
You may have had a sheltered upbringing, but you're no soft-handed sop. I'll give you that.
He nods approvingly. He gazes out the windows behind her desk.
Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar.
Takes a thoughtful puff on her pipe. I'd love to find out.
That's the spirit.
She claps you on the back, her wooden hand clopping against your shoulder.
Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families.
Yes, the cold, shitty climate of England.
Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms.
Your bright eyes watch you for a reaction. You think something in Ondra's mortal will help you with that?
Why not?
Fair enough.
The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant.
She motions to the window. A thin stream of smoke follows her gesture. Just get used to the Everstorm, God.
And your exploits at Poko Kahara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now.
She waves the smoke between you away. Atsura said you needed my help.
There's an understatement.
She knocks the bowl of her pipe against her wooden hand.
The trouble in Hasongo forced us to send additional ships back to Rawatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here.
She purses her lips with displeasure. If this is what you call short-handed, I'd love to see what you consider full capacity.
I'm sure you'll get the chance.
She smirks. Woof. Worrying.
We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka.
Neat.
We've contracted with a captain named Widla.
A flicker of distaste passes across her face.
Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there.
She takes a thoughtful draw on her pipe as she looks at you, seemingly deciding what to say.
She's one of the brightest minds in Rawatai, and it shows. You two will get along.
Amusement manifests the barest lilt of her eyebrows.
Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer.
We've been to Sayuka, we know it's a weapons research facility. What's the shipment?
It'll be easier for Okaya to explain.
Puffs a thick cloud of smoke between the two of you. She doesn't break your gaze, but the effect is almost the same. Widler and her crew, who are they?
Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions.
She chomps a little harder on the bit of her pipe. They're smugglers.
Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago.
She shakes her head.
I understand you're cozy with the Principe. I've got no love for pirates, but that connection may serve you well here.
Alright, Widler and her crew, who are they?
Good sailors with a fast... along with... I understand you're cozy with the Principe.
Why don't you send Widler's crew to
I've got no
Sayuka?
love for...
Her laugh sounds like a grunt.
Let's just say, I'm not keen to invite them to a port where we're developing experimental technologies.
Forget I asked.
Any other questions?
If it's important, I can handle it. What next?
Widler's agreed to meet our courier out
Ding.
at sea, away from the heaviest traffic.
She gestures on her map to the open water west of Neketaka.
This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her.
She hands you a purse.
Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo.
She watches you appraisingly.
This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and quietly. I'm counting on your famous discretion. Clear skies.
Calm seas. Leave. Reputations do we have? Slam is aggressive, very benevolent, very clever, not cruel, very diplomatic, mostly honest, mostly passionate, mostly rational, mostly shady, and kinda stoic. If they just go up and they don't go down, then we're going to be everything at some point, aren't we? It's a little weird. It's funny that the Principes and Patrona kind of like us, kind of don't. Royal Deadfire, they only kind of like us. Neketaka, good friends. Valiant, good friends. Till we go tell them the bad news. Juana, yeah, pretty good friends as well. Children of the Dawn Stars, which for some reason come under Juana. Yeah. Tikawari's pretty happy with this too. Palagina hasn't had much of a chance. Like, there's none in our history. Maya is pleased. Same with Takehu. Weird that Aloth and I aren't getting along. At least Adair and I are. Alright. Let's get out of here. Where is the Buy the map? Yes, I can. Greensbirth! Map Emporium first. Alice doesn't like us, and I don't know why. Right, looks like we can't. I think I know why. We disagree. We love him to bits, and we say we'll look after him, but we just disagree on a lot of things. You're kind of like serious people. Why not?
Tekehu. Can you trim it? I mean, them.
Akira, I tried but once. They would not trust me for weeks after.
Brutal. At least my feathers don't have minds of their own.
His individual scream is something we can only get once we, once he's in the party. Or if we're on the ship.
Are we gonna fight someone? I want to throw the first punch.
We might, Vela. You're traveling in the slums of Neketaka when the streets suddenly become barren. This again, God. The journey through the streets of Neketaka is interrupted as a group of kith detach from the shadows before you. The cloaked and armored men and women say nothing as they spread out around you, blades drawn. What do you want? Actually, let's try and identify him first. Religion, hey? Come on, Takehu! They wear masks and bear no symbols or other identifying marks. What do you want? Move slightly towards you, light glinting along the edges of their weapons. Let's get this over with. Draw your weapons and prepare for battle. I bet. Yeah, worshippers of Wataka, because we have that mace. Down a party member.
Quay.
What? Hey, Wataka, look at that. That means we actually gotta open it with a bunch of spells, otherwise we end up in trouble.
Now that never happens.
Like if you... No, actually need you... No, because we got Palagina. Let's go.
Feel it.
Russian knockdown, please. Russian knockdown.
Where were we?
Yeah, you got this.
Oh, good.
Yours to command,
Keep
Captain.
him distracted. You'll be alright.
Gotta have something here that works. Yeah?
Oof.
Show them how it's done.
Cute.
I got it. And that's how it's done.
Just like me.
This explosion heals us as well.
Yeah. This thing isn't doing the job.
You ask too much.
But yeah, could you focus on one person? Thank you.
What's that?
And lightning storm.
Yeah.
Come on, get that cast off, please.
This does not work.
Wordika? Skane I'd saboteur. Oh yes, because Skane must obey Wordika until they can't. Except the name that, yeah, well, you know. Slam doesn't see that. We see that. It's very special.
Try something else.
Bring your spell, he's trying to heal. Bring your spell! Alright, time to pull out the heal, buddy. He's paralyzed. Very good. Paralyzed and knocked down. That. Armor rating.
The water shaper has been knocked out.
Yeah, the water shaper has been. It is a shame.
There's, yeah.
little polar bear just wandering around.
What do you need?
Stuck.
Hey! Leave Vela alone.
Leave it to me.
The child I brought into this very dangerous battlefield doesn't deserve this.
I am ready.
Armor? Yeah, great idea. Bonk. Good. 14. Hey! What we always do and try to knock down.
Just like me.
Didn't mind? Give me heal, let's do that. Come on, come on, come on. Get that knockdown. Kinda worked. What more can we do? Good. Vela, I'd really love if you could move a little further away, please. Alright. Works for me. Fucking hell.
I'll get the next one. Absolutely.
Tennis Waterkin agent.
Oh, good.
Okay, he just teleported himself into flanking range. I don't hate it.
It is no use. I cannot get through.
Right.
Yeah, be right there.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Here, I think we're okay.
Leave it to me.
So,
Oh, good.
what's that?
Not exactly what I was going for.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's inconsistent. She's completely out of resources.
Just like that.
Got him. Oof.
Tell me.
That would have been much easier if we had one extra person. Magistrate's Cudgel leveled up. 250 enemy to damage to judged enemies. Yeah, we did that. Engagement attacks or extra damage. We love extra damage. Just sure, do it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure
Quoi?
they were here to try and take this stupid cudgel from us. Precise missive. This letter has been folded into a square with clean, diligent creases. Slime Shadows walks the Deadfire carrying shards of heat-scorched metal. The significance of these items can't have escaped you, though the timing is a surprise to us all. We should grasp this opportunity. Kill Slam Shadows. Do not hide your act, for we work under the auspices of law. See to it that the metal gets in Izia's hands. She wastes her potential in Pariki's overlook. Praise the exiled queen. Does she now?
Of course.
Maybe we will stop by and have a little visit. Yes? Mightn't you like that? A little visit to be told off? Pretty sure we're at the max mechanics now. Something tells me we don't need to continue raising it, but you know. I will. Whoa, why have I not equipped that already? Come on, Jabals. Let's give Slay, yeah, make our charm better. Might as well, right?
Right here.
Fuck. Yeah, just repeat all those, babe. How is that not a quit? You gotta be chanting all the time.
Hey there.
All chanting all the time. Like all Dragoon all the time. Good lord. Not... That could be useful. We use the fighter abilities a lot. Yep. Some discipline, please. That's a rogue. Does that look like a rogue to you? He's a swashbuckler. The swashbucklers wear heavy armor that's coated in ice. I could just visit a tavern, but this seems slightly faster. Slightly. Not very, but slightly. God, that was a tough fight. I'm pleased. Now we know who they are, too, so I feel like we could go to Pariki's Overlook and go fucking punch someone. Stop sending people to kill us. God. Busy. I is busy. Alright, fine. Hey, Seraphim. Aloth the Seraphim. God, it's been a while since I hung out with Aloth. We'll be doing something with Seraphim soon. In the meantime, let's wander around with Aloth. Even if we don't get into many fights, I think it would be nice to just have our good friend Aloth with us. Gotta miss him, right? But yeah, Aloth, we're buddies. It's just nice having a wizard. Wizard? Have our other wizard. Why, it's so bad.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope.
Oh my.
How might I assist you?
Got some material for your book?
I could not have hoped for a better partner in this endeavor. Your well-deserved pay, of course. Why stop here? We're making good headway, and you've certainly proven yourself.
Sure have.
I'm sending you far out west this time. Past Port Maje, past the Wakara Reef, and even the Kangati Islands. Nobody's been out that way in ages. All manner of dark stories.
Cool.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be waiting.
Alright. I love free experience. Look, I'm gonna go out there anyway, don't look at me. I'm absolutely gonna go investigate. I have such high intimidate. Diplomacy, good god. All of your skills are useless to me. Alright. Oh god. Please improve your stuff. Dramatically increases defense. Every time you take damage, the duration increases. Fuck yeah. This is where it's at. Look at that paladin tree. Oh my god, why isn't this upgraded? If you get a thing, and you use a thing, you should upgrade it. Allies get Sacred Flame as well? Fuck yeah. Done. Then we're improving this, then we're improving this. How could you let this happen? Using a mace. Mace, she's already got it. Alright, cool. Fields! Really using a shield? Paladins can be so cool. They can! They're one of my favorite classes for a reason. There's a one-handed one. She's not even using it. I feel silly. Not even using a shield. Good lord. There you go. Have a superb shield. Oh! No, even better! Wintertide Bulwark. God, if she wasn't so irritating, I'd have her with me even longer. Find it. You can do it. The binder's what class is always a question. Binder's fighter, because this one doesn't bind with paladins. Let's bind this as paladin. Take damage. Alright, happy to.
¿Qué?
Oh, 4 paladins and a paladin bard. Yeah. Pathfinder Second Ed is kind of built for that. With like the give everyone a free archetype and then start at level 2 or level 4, and then even if paladin isn't their main class, you can make them a champion. Just mechanically it makes sense. Otherwise, you just like a faith-based party could be interesting. I feel like they're kind of doing that in some capacity.
If my people would control my talent for their own ends. Kara, I owe them nothing in return.
I suppose you discovered all that on your own, lounging in the bathhouse?
Kara, where I do my best thinking without the babble of scholars to fill my head.
Everyone thinks better in the bar. It's a lovely place. Paladin Bard makes sense too. I haven't had a Pathfinder game in a little while. They've been cancelled a couple times. And to Ada.
Ak, my little privateer. You have news for me?
How did Aloth not like that? What did you dislike? Is it me? What did I do? I dealt with Veen.
Perfetto. A pirate deserves no better send-off than a watery tomb.
Hefty bag of coins.
But you did not just come to deliver good news. You came for work, Ak?
What bounties do you have available?
You've done well for the company. My last target is Desiwa the Shark, a Rawatayan Kasita who we suspect of intimidating survey ships.
Maybe? He didn't like it because of pride, though. And like, this is why a very, very popular mod is to make Aloth a little bit less of a dick. Seriously, they just give him an additional like. That's it. God, I want it now. So far, the only mods I have installed are Nerd mod, because of course. Like, yeah, I know, right? I like Aloth a lot. It just doesn't work with Slam. I've already dealt with Desiwa.
Perfecto. For once, our survey ships may take to the waters without fear. Knowing that is almost priceless.
Just strains her back to support a sack of coins and lays it at your feet. 3,500, not bad.
You've taken all the work from the louses of Queen's Birth, and I have nothing more to offer you, save this.
Hesitating, Ada sticks out her hand and tips her head to the side, wearing an awkward smile. Shake her hand. Been a pleasure working with you, Ada. Alright, well look, that was fun. And this is why whenever there was a named captain, I just went and beat them up for a reason. Bucko and Wild Man. Cool. Oh, getting some money.
At once.
If I could remember some of the things we wanted to buy and didn't have enough money for, we should go buy them. And feel, like, pleased with ourselves. It's so satisfying ticking off side quests. Holy shit. We're also racking up positive reputation with the factions. We're about to walk in and tell them, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure we fucked it. And they're not going to be that annoyed because we're already a good reputation.
To what do I owe this delight?
Boko raises his tankard and winks. Give Dai his head. Hope he enjoyed his last meal.
You have done us both a favor. My esteem in the bounty community rises, and hunters come to buy me drinks.
He chuckles to himself and passes you up. Patro coins. Yeah, positive reputation in Neketaka.
My friend, you have drained the wellspring and made us both very famous. If you have not spoken to her yet, find the Goldpack Knight Okauro in Sacred Stair. She can give you more work.
Nice doing business with you, Boko. Cool. Well, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Go to Okauro. Haven't done that yet. Oh, I found this. Ancient Hawaiian Ruins. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Haven't done that yet. Bring mine to the Brasiddle. I mean, we did. She'll be back in a few days. Temple of Gorn. Hey! Oh, cool. Shit, we have to go back to the Brasiddle at some point. In terms of trade. They'll want to know what happened at Pokokahara. The people you said are dead? Sorry. Also, the Royal Deadfire Company seem pleased with themselves, so probably bad for you. Just being honest. See, we're playing all sides, that way we always come out on top. All the factions love us. This certainly won't come to a decision point. Like in nearly every CRPG at this point, it's like, which faction do you want to get along with? I'm like, none of them? They're jerks. The guard nods, polite greeting.
Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Of course he will, man. We're amazing. What's up?
Ah, good, you're back. I hope you had a pleasant voyage.
Sorry, I messed up your pronouns. Of course she'll see us. We're awesome. Alvari looks up from her papers, giving you her full attention. A very strange voyage, so sure.
Ah. Before you get too far on the way, I think you ought to come with me. Director Castol will want to hear from you in person.
Yeah, see, I messed up these two and I thought we were meeting the director right away. Pelagina's gonna be pissed. And I couldn't stream it again, but I would absolutely play through again as a paladin, grave-packed knight, worshipper of Waterka. Could be cool. The man who rises to greet you has a tidy, scholarly bearing, only emphasized by the thin-framed lenses he pushes farther up his nose. He clasps his hands together, offering you a smile equal parts polite and relieved.
Alvari tells me you were kind enough to look into this business on Pococahara for us. I hope you bring good news.
I found the Adra Unfortunately, it was destroyed.
What poor luck. I hope we might have more encouraging word for the council.
Minor reputation gained. I mean...
And the crew. Beza and the others.
They died in the ruins of Pococahara. The defenses were too much for them.
A sorry end for such dedicated individuals. How very fortunate that you lived to tell their tale.
Yes.
I believe I can take things from here, Alvari. Agrasima. The Watcher and I have more business to discuss.
Just dismissing her, alright.
Oh, and do pay the man for his trouble first.
Thank you. Alvari wordlessly hands you a coin purse. She bows stiffly, then turns to depart. 1700 copper. I don't know what I'm going to spend it on. I'll visit a bunch of vendors, you know.
I thought it best I speak with you face to face. Watchers are not so numerous here in the Deadfire.
I know.
Especially those of such storied backgrounds as yourself.
They're not numerous anywhere, that's the point.
What was that group? The, dozens? Ah, some interesting exploits there.
Well, I notice you don't mention the group of thieves I killed.
And I think that we are, each of us, in a position to offer each other something that we cannot find elsewhere. The Valiant Trading Company has had a presence on this island for nearly a century now.
Jeez,
we have the greatest fleet on the seas, the support of the richest men and women in the world. What can the Royal Deadfire Company offer? A soldier's wages, so that you can elevate the fortunes of a distant king?
I literally don't like either of you.
And the queen? A place in the Kahanga tribe among all the rest of these neglected people. You've lived outside the caste system all these years. Are you eager to return to it?
Slam is not a Juana.
I can give you money, fame, certainly. But the men and women of the company, we set our aims high. And if I only wanted to offer you work as an Adra inspector, I would have let Alvari deal with you.
I'm the Herald of Bareth? Such tasks are beneath me.
Yes, of course. That is my thinking exactly.
Just wanted to be a little bit of a dick to this uppity jerk, this capitalist scum, this person who responds to a whole shit full of people are dead with, yes, that's most unfortunate.
The Valiant Trading Company has maintained an outpost here in Neketaka for nearly a century now. It was only 2 years ago that we discovered the effects of Luminous Adra with the aid of our animancers and several watchers.
Uh-huh.
Flaune Alette has continued to study the potential of Luminous Adra in all manner of advances. Why content ourselves to sell all this Adra as a luxury when we might use it to change the world? But of course you understand all of this. Alette sent word of your involvement in her latest experiment.
Remember how we got transported into the white... into the breach?
A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though, Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But, I want to hear it from you. How did it go?
If you want to drop by and visit Remagan, now you know where to go.
Oh, it wouldn't work for me, I think, but... Ak, I take your meaning. More dangerous than expected, yes?
Yeah.
I hope Alette paid you well for your trouble. A small comfort, but you'll return from your adventure a little wealthier, at least.
Thanks.
We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there. This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine.
Gaston spreads his hands. His eyes behind his spectacles are fever bright with enthusiasm.
Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades. Maybe even centuries one day.
Why do I feel like you're not going to share any of these discoveries? You're going to sell them.
This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives.
Look, if the Leaden Key didn't like it, maybe we do like it by default.
Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aora with us.
Belfetto!
Pelagina's outburst is restricted to a single word, but her gaze is riveted to the director. For a moment, you can even see the blue flames of zeal flickering in the depths of her eyes. If we were Rautai, we could object, I bet. But if we're Old Valian, maybe we could... Yeah. And if they lofty goals, Castor.
Yes, but achievable, I think. I may not live to see it, but I will see the groundwork done.
All right.
But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with. Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger.
I bet it's go to Sayuka.
Neketaka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants.
Maybe it's meet someone before you go to Sayuka.
There are no peasants in the tribes. Your people created this term.
Good job, Takehu.
Peace, man. They certainly aren't kings or queens, are they?
Your caste system sucks because ours is more functional.
There is a Royal Deadfire Company official by the name of Quarno who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters.
Naughty, naughty, Quano.
He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principi is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you what she knows.
Why not just tell the Royal Deadfire Company?
It may surprise you, but the Royal Spy Master and I are not on very good speaking terms.
Yeah.
I prefer to handle these matters internally. You provide a good opportunity.
Answer some questions first.
Of course. Best to go in prepared.
Do you know anything else about these smugglers?
Only that Tola is a captain of middling repute and some small ambition. I expect she feels that a partnership with Quarno will give her an edge. Britza will know more.
Can you tell me anything more about Britza?
A fine Valian woman. Steady temperament. Good sense. The bathhouse sees an enormous number of patrons every day. It is a useful place to have a set of eyes and ears on hand.
Why help the Royal Deadfire Company?
The discipline of the royal officers isn't really what any of this is about. I'm more concerned about the pirates.
Fair enough.
In this particular case, the companies share an enemy.
I'll do it.
Excellent. Meeting you has been a stroke of luck, Watcher. I'll await your report.
Alright. Will we? Maybe. Will we get the information and then just give it to the Deadfire Company? Maybe. Who knows? We haven't decided. And we're on such good terms with essentially everyone, it's like we still could decide later. Hey, Aloth! Aloth fucking hates everyone, holy shit. Does not like irresponsibility, he likes autonomy, he's dutiful, he does not like pride, and he does not like traditionalism. Yeah, good friend to the Valian Trading Company. Not great with Royal Deadfire, not great with Principi. And Valian loves us, even though we turned up and said, guess we just didn't. I love that we got out of losing a lot of rep because we didn't say, we broke the Adra. It was just, the Adra was broken. Passive voice. What are you talking about? Slam isn't a cop. Pelagine is. Alright. Report to Prince Arabihi. And I don't want to do the Shadow under Neketaka just yet. Honestly, I want to do Eulogy for the Dead. So we'll have to change characters at some point. Because it says he should bring Seraphim for whatever reason, so we will. Oh yeah, because it's shit, because it's deal with the Flying Dutchman, essentially. Not Periki's overlooked yet. Hunger Palace. Up we go. Hey, Prince Aruihi. We're just chatting to all of the factions that are in Neketaka. The Principi do not have a particular section here in the city. Because we're pirates, we hang out. No, they're somewhere else, and we will visit them. We will have to. Hey, Prince.
Kira, but have you pried any secrets from the gullet yet?
You lose rep if you lie to them. Aruihi raises his brow and motions for you to go on. The Principi is smuggling cargo via the Undercroft.
Undercroft. A darker, more fetid layer of Neketaka, I say.
He cradles his chin in his palm, looking off into the distance. But don't lose rep with the Principi.
Only Kaza and I are the mind and heart of the city, but the bowels, these we cannot reach.
Well, like, you need to stretch for multiple...
What say? Did Ngati's chosen learn anything from the voyage below?
Aruihi gestures to Takehu.
My prince, I have always known those who pray for Ngati's favor, but only now do I see those who depend on it.
Pelagina does not like that. Oh yeah, Pelagina does not like the deities. Any of them. She also hates being a godlike.
Akira, I say that a feather of Amira's wisdom drifted down to find you.
Aruihi nods with approval.
At least Delva's Row is a stable target. The crown has time to decide the next steps.
For what it's worth, I think Delva's Row should remain untouched.
What say?
Aruihi's brow rises slowly.
You hit upon my curiosity. Speak on.
He opens his palm and waits. Raparu are barely in control of their lives as it is. Don't take this away from them.
You are quick to come to their defense, but the Raparu must recall their place in society.
They're starving, you moron. Sighing, the prince weighs your words.
If the black market will expend its resources toward the Raparu, then I say they have bought an easy truce.
They need more as well?
Delva's Row is safe. For now.
He glances toward the entrance doubtfully, but shrugs in spite of himself.
Be sure that I do not regret this.
We literally don't have another option. Water Shapers were helping the pirates bring in ships.
To Kehu, I say that no one wanted to hear your suspicions confirmed.
Lol.
Hakera, me least of all, my prince.
When it comes to the dignity of the guild, the crown can compromise nothing. Onikaza will see their leadership disciplined, I say.
Streetwise 6. They must have needed the money. Can you imagine why?
Akira, I cannot.
Haruhi pinches his lower lip and sighs.
Onikaza and I both expect more from the guild, I say. She will not be pleased.
Haruhi shakes his head and sighs. Major positive, moderate positive. Wanna love that quest.
Akira, but at least you returned to me in one piece. You are not the first agent I sent to the government.
Jeez.
But you are the first to return.
You could have told us. Haruhi grins in spite of himself and claps you on the shoulder.
I cannot say that I desire to send you to worse places than the gullet, but...
Here we go! Haruhi trails off and scratches the back of his head. Are you going to anyway?
Akira, my apologies.
Yeah.
Does the name Ukaizo mean anything to you?
The prince's face is impassive, but he seems to be studying yours with close attention to detail. A lost city of local fables to be believed?
Fable? No. History, I say.
Oh.
Ukaizo was the home of the Huana before cataclysm and destruction wiped the island from the Deadfire. That is the story.
Yeah, we have a map there?
Story or no, I make no secret that we search for Ukaizo.
He studies you, allowing his words to sink in.
Many of my countrymen also believe that Ukaizo is nothing more than a myth. But there are others who would kill to find such a place if it were real.
And kill gladly if but a tenth of the myth was true.
Haruhi peers at Palagina before turning his attention back to you.
Our tribes are spread across many isles, but it is Ukaizo which binds us. Ukaizo and the knowledge that we must return.
Alright.
To that end, a local cartographer secured a lead. A breadcrumb to a breadcrumb, I say. I sent an expedition to Matario Kozi, one of the Sanctuary Isles. They were to retrieve evidence of our lost homeland. They have yet to return.
I already found your lost expedition.
Akira, but do not leave me in suspense.
You can't see it because of where the webcam is, but there's like quest items here. They're like, go there, decode the stone disc, replace the missing parts, learn the information. Like, we've already done it all. Prince is closer, his eyes wide. Your expedition never made it off Matario Kozi, I'm sorry.
I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and in the vague hope.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
May Ngati thank them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas.
Haruhi raises a shaking hand to touch his lower brow.
What of their findings, Watcher? Did they recover anything? Anything about Ukaizo?
I found this ancient Huana navigational chart. The prince accepts the chart in silence, holding it up to the light and poring over every detail with interest. Hands tremble. Holds the paper.
An unusual accounting of the isles, I say. Each one measured in relation to...
His finger drifts up to the sigil of Ukaizo. Haruhi nods. I sure wish we were an explorer or a scholar. Do you have what you need to find Ukaizo?
If I did, my sister would hold a parade in your honor.
Slam deserves it, so yeah.
Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all.
Reading all the while, Haruhi rolls up the parchment and tosses you a heavy patch of coins. 1,700 copper? Thank you, my prince.
When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost Ukaizo.
The bark cloth was a message from the Wahaki to deter any visitors.
For what do they protect Matario Kozi, when its knowledge could help all Huana? One day I will have words with their Ranga to settle our differences.
Nothing more to report, Your Highness.
This is much to learn in a day, even for this warrior.
Haruhi touches his brow and considers.
I sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my conscience this day.
He lifts his gaze to meet yours. He's never far from mine, either.
May all who fell on Matario Kozi slip through the eel's jaws. Huana and outsider alike.
Sighing, he bows his head.
But on to brighter times, I say. If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest.
The mask of grief breaks under the pull of a broad smile.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Been a pleasure working with you.
You say this now, but Onikaza pays better than her royal pinch fist of a brother. May the wind caress your sail.
He pats his shoulder and nods, smiling.
Captain, a word?
Takeru's eyes widen in proportion to his smile. What's on your mind?
You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison.
Takeru haters, please pay attention to this conversation.
We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
It's not that bothersome.
Oh no? You have not been the savior of an archipelago as long as some of us.
Letting out a sigh and planting his hands on his hips, Takeru grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours and makes no move to break the contact. You look like you want to get something off your chest.
Ikera, just so. All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
He tips his head coyly to the side, letting his hair drape down with a moist squish. Just you, pretty fish.
For once, Ngati answers my prayers. Captain, I would speak plainly. Are you as excited by the possible? What I mean is, if we were to...
Gare clears his throat and studies you, his eyes wide and exploring. Hey chat, you want to vote? 1. Let's say I'm intrigued. Speak on. 2. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. 3. You call this speaking plainly? 4. I'm flattered, Takeru, but let's not go any farther. And 5. No. Absolutely not. What say you? Does Slam like Takeru in that way? Looks like we got votes for 3. Let's do it. You call this speaking plainly?
I know, Ikera. Something about your company stirs my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to share more than just quarters below deck, does the idea appeal to you?
Well, now I think we're picking 1. Let's say I'm intrigued. Speak on.
If such things interest you, my last haphazard coupling was not so long ago. In Neketaka, in fact.
Haphazard is exactly how I like to couple.
Hush, Captain. This talk is distracting enough as it is.
Takeru plants his hands on his hips and grins at you.
She was a godlike, one of Amira's brood. Her hair is neat and orderly as a raven's wing.
Takeru reaches into his pack and pulls out a black feather. He draws his fingers down the fibers, smiling in remembrance. Pelagina grimaces and involuntarily shudders, her feathers standing on end. One of them falls from her head and she desperately snatches it from the air before Takeru sees it. Actually, it says sees is, but I know what it's supposed to be.
We found each other in the market and made ourselves comfortable behind a fishmonger's stall. She left me this as a keepsake. I never knew her name. Now I do not have to suffer the pangs of forgetting it. Most desperately. But I do not cage love or force it to be anything but itself. A bird fluttered away. She was not mine to keep. Well, it helps when both parties are beautiful, full of desire, and have no afternoon plans. I was expected at the Guildhall, but one must have their priorities. As you say, Captain. I do not want you to misunderstand. I am a sea anemone, hungry and eager to close around stimulation.
Okay, I don't know where my sound went, but we're back now. The funny thing is, all I said was, fucking hell, that line is really good. Holy shit. Who wrote that? That's incredible. Hungry and eager to close around stimulation.
I would draw you in with care, with patience.
He raises his brow and studies you, looking for a reaction. Are you saying there's a mouth somewhere in on the back of your head? I was just thinking the exact same thing about you.
Akira, then may we put up a merry chase for each other.
I am going to split open this man and listen to his husky voice. So up and down, thumbing his chin and clearly appreciating what he sees.
We could blunt our teeth on more idle chatter, but I cherish the suspense. Come.
He tips his head to the side to indicate the path before you. We could blunt our teeth on more idle chatter, but I cherish the suspense. Come. As Takeo finishes speaking, his words slow to a crawl. The sensation of sinking into a pool of water begins to overtake you. Surrender to the sensation.
I want better for him than you.
Ngati's great bulbous eyes narrow to pinpricks. More is left unspoken, but you feel your lungs constrict as salt water fills your nose. The world once again reasserts itself, the sensation of moisture and death pulling away with some resistance. Takeo fans his hand over his mouth and yawns. Let's be off.
Captain, what has been your most impressive feat of seduction?
What are you doing, Takeo? You just said let's talk. Okay. All in. Let's do it. Takeo's brow raises. His face betrays no emotion but intense focus. A very, very tall person.
Very good, I say.
Takeo nods, biting his thumbnail with a pockish smile.
I once bedded a Rawatayan admiral without exchanging a word.
I'm ready for story time.
One of the Hazanui passed through Neketaka on a diplomatic mission. She insisted on visiting the Water Shapers Guild. Surveying the competition, I say. Myru paraded me before her, thinking I alone could intimidate Rawatai's fleet. Gods, Captain. Her muscles had muscles.
Bottom.
She had all the delicacy and grace of a clenched fist. I wanted a taste of this power. She mentioned offhandedly that her ship needed repairs before the return voyage. I say you can imagine what happened next.
I don't know, I can imagine quite a lot. He chuckles softly.
I heard that she spent her evenings in the officers' lounge, strategizing over drinks. I covered my magnificence under a peasant's cloak and made for the brass citadel. The guards of the lounge would not grant me entry at first.
Don't say you covered your magnificence under a peasant's cloak. That's dumb.
Not until I explained that I was the evening's entertainment.
You didn't.
I did. Naturally, my story checked out when they realized I was nude under the cloak.
Makes it more reasonable that you said magnificence, but still dumb.
I presented myself before the stunned officers. The Hazanui wore an expectant smile. Winking at her, I mounted one of the map tables and gyrated to some of Rawatai's bawdiest sea shanties.
He raises his fingers to his brow, shaking his head in disbelief. Aloth did not like that.
When enough was enough, the Hazanui signaled for everyone to clear the room, and the war games began.
Isn't that just wrong in a political sense?
Ikara, you might think so, but Rawatai's fleet pulled its ships away from Neketaka the following morning.
And Aloth liked that. He's like, oh yes, that's dutiful. Paladin is also like, yep, makes sense.
Let it never be said that I failed to serve my people.
How'd it go?
She bade me lay down on the map. Once I was situated, she chided me for leaving my borders unprotected. Naughty boy that I am. Her armada sailed against my island with a heavy assault. She bellowed the most vile and depraved orders.
What?
In the end, I stole back the advantage, firing a cannon across her port side and leaving the magnificent vessel crippled in the water.
Takeru grins, letting out an accomplished sigh. I have no idea why I'm aroused.
If you ever want to find out, I am an adventurous fish.
Takeru winks.
Ours was a battle of endurance, not tactics, but I cherished winning a victory for the Juana.
I'm sorry I wasn't there to see that.
Well, it does not take much to get my hips shaking, I say. Though I appreciate any encouragement.
If we're done with the tall tales, I'm ready for this to get interesting.
You know that fervor is a quality I cherish. But let us wait for a time. Prolong our delights, Akira.
Takeru winks. I can't believe that story gave Aloth a level up. You saucy boy. Look, he doesn't need that. He needs not dying power. That's what he needs. Penetration to fire attacks. Brilliant. Penetration with ice. Ask that more often. Alright, we are saving. We are having a break. Because it is break time. We're going to get up and have a stretch. Encourage everyone who's able to do so. It's good for the body. And we'll be back in 15 minutes or so, and I will see you at 8:40. 8. What? Oh, it just ticked over 8:40. No, still 8. Yeah, go me. Be good, okay?
Thanks for letting me tag along. The Deadfire is awfully big for this little Orlin. Can I borrow a sword? I promise to be careful.
See, like, you shouldn't be able to hear faint background noise because there's no USB or audio throughput when I'm in break. Otherwise, I would mute. There should be faint background noise of, like, people wandering about, but it's just game sound. Anyway, I'm going back on break because I'm eating Twiggy sticks. Yeah, eat it live, who cares? You know the ASMR of me chewing? But, alright, break for a little bit longer. Yeah, okay, well just in case I also hit mute on the mixer, so if there was any sound, it would not come through. Anyway, I've had my requisite 3 Twiggy sticks. I don't know, I've been really hungry today, and yesterday. God, snacky as hell. Which always sucks when you're feeling too ill or tired to exercise, but hey, just a day. Martini. It's nice. Jibbles, it's purple, it's not a martini. Alright, it's not a normal martini, okay? It is a lovely watermelon gin and 10 ml parfait more in addition to the regular vermouth. So the watermelon gin, which is bad by itself, that's for fucking sure, but when mixed into other gin drinks, pretty tasty. And the parfait more makes it taste a little bit like musk. I use like 5, maybe 7.5 ml. And it's
Thanks for letting me tag along.
It's dominating.
The dead fire is awfully big for this little Orlin.
I made it a double, I think that'd work, but jeez. Anyway, let's go. Bet we can get Maya back by taking a nap. Like, let's just go to an inn, sleep a couple times. Investigate. Temple of Berith. I'm going to shake up the party a lot. I'm going to bring back our favorite Reaper. I'm going to bring along Seraphim. Hail, daughter of Amira. Fuck off. Seraphim. Aloth. Sorry, dude. Because I really want to take Pelagina in there. She'll be very fucking useful. That's all.
Remember, a pet is a great responsibility.
What do you have, Ariti?
Akira.
Okay, we've got them all already. Good.
Hunter. Always a pleasure, I say.
What? What? I'm supposed to be a bounty person. Have we seriously done all of them? Dehe?
Thank you again. The Arapo epic is in the right hands at
Meals and Grills chippies. God, that's such a good idea, Loxy. It was a couple of weeks ago where I made the executive decision to get this a tasty treat like that and enjoy it. Do you think they're shut because it's night?
I'm safe with you, Captain. I just know it is all.
I'm sure I have the...
What you got? Oh, listen, Rhomboid Hillstone. Random defensive bonus is not terrible. Need additional weapons. Wednesday week. Oh, yeah. Like, they're so good. Such a long quest, too. Got it. We did it before they told us, too. That's where we're going. Only waves give across Citadel. Faro. Not yet. Zelda. Upper floor of the palace. Not the rooftop. I think, like, it's not guaranteed, but I think the next time I get Mills and Grills, I want to do it as, like, I have run there. Because I haven't done any longer distance running in a little while. I've been focusing on Ring Fit and, like, other strength. It's not just strength, because it certainly does a lot of cardio work. Fucking hell, is it exhausted. Ring Fit is good, but I haven't been for a run in a little while. It's just been too cold. And, like, last week and a bit, been a bit too anxious and then sad and now feeling better. So, like, I haven't been up for it, whatever. I'm hoping to grab my running buddy and go for a run with her for a bit. Fun. Hey, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. I am going to reach out to my running buddy. See when she is free.
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger. Will you help Barati to calm it?
Breathes heavily and stares from under a furrowed brow. I dealt with this D'Chella.
With joy, not hunger, does the great eel lash its mighty tail. D'Chella has sated the beast for now.
He passes you a patch of coins and clasps your hand. Odd. What bounties do you have available?
The jaws of Tangaloa gnash about a Rawatayan captain named Ohiro.
Bratti folds his arms and closes his eyes, exhaling sharply.
His cannon fire echoes in the ears of slumbering gods. The beast cries out for a more restful dead fire.
I've already dealt with a hero.
Akira, and the seas grow quiet while Tangaloa grows fat on outsider meat.
Bratti sighs heavily and passes you payment. What bounties do you have available?
The great eel swims toward Rafik, the Redbeard. But the Principe captain outpaces even the gods. Rafik sinks Juana's ships for joy and plunder. This cannot stand.
I've already dealt with Rafik.
Tangaloa relishes any good meal. But I say justice makes for a savory dish.
Justice makes for a savory dish. Okay, Batman, jeez. Nodding, Bratti presents you with payment. Actually, more Rorschach than Batman, huh?
You served up a mighty feast, and the great eel's belly swells.
Yeah.
For a time. Until it hungers again, Baratti's work is done.
You're fucking welcome, dude. Okay, cool. We just picked up some more money. But honestly, the reputation's worth more in my eyes. They fucking love us now. I don't think it's a, like, that much of a bad assumption to know that we gained a lot of reputation with Juana, and then our good friend Takeo's like, hey, sexy lady. I'm not a lady. Hey, sexy somebody. I'm Pen, it doesn't matter. I'm like, it matters to me. And then we argue for a bit, and then he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, and then, anyway. Ross, we're turning in one more bounty. Because it's fun. Because it's fun. Because it makes us feel good. Something we've craved for years. Warm sensation of coins rolling between your fingers.
My hands are feeling better. It's my pride that's still sore.
She glowers at her burned hands. I'm still looking for an experienced cannoneer. Will you join my crew now? He looks up and down, considering the offer.
You know, I've heard stories about you. People around Neketaka seem to think a lot of you.
That's because we're cool.
I could probably use the good influence, especially with the way my last posting ended.
She grins.
I'll see you on board, Captain.
Crosses her forearms in a salute to you and makes a rude gesture at the rest of the district. Alright. I thought she was the bounty person. Anyway, it's not a problem. Hey, Olin.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look.
What do you have? Gauntlets of Ogamight. Bring greater regeneration. Charm of Bones. Land to Slumber. +2 intellect and accuracy against vessels. Done. That's fantastic. Oh, amazing. While we're here, we're going to sell our non-magical things. Superb plate? Fantastic. That's probably why we had such a fucking hard time dealing with that paladin earlier. Eye of Wild. Forest Ameth. We'll have to spend a bit of time and re-equip everyone with the most appropriate gear. No one's gonna use a fine glove. Oh, look at that kitty. Good job, kitty. Miri the kitty. Iron plate. Man, we got superb plate just... Yeah, the Desert Worm Hatchling can stay. We love him. Okay, well, they're giving us money again rather than just taking it. So, remember what I was saying? Like, it doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about it. This is why it happens. We do all the bounties. We have all the money we need. Oh, we don't need exceptional. Kind of want to get all of the worm tongues possible and just fuck them up. Move into close range, fuck them up. I mean, check out the gunsmithy, why not? How much will it cost to spend all of our money on cannons and equip the ship with it? Just see what happens.
Can't wait to make some new friends.
This guy probably sells guns.
Looking for a pistol or an arc?
Jeez, look, that's pretty good, but we've got a soulbound one instead, so we'll use that. Okay. Just one, okay. Weird.
Of course.
Just one worm tongue? I was kind of hoping that we could buy 6 of them and just give it a try. Hornbrand said it was very funny to turn up and worm tongue and add like 6 different stacks of burn on the enemy at the same time. Brass Citadel. In the Brass Citadel. Toilet, officers lounge. Like, they're not listed anywhere. Shout out if you see him, it looks like I've lost. Not breaking into the powder house. I think they're probably in the, let's check out the police master's office and then the officer's lounge. And then we'll do some more combat. We'll break into a tomb. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. There'll be literally no issues. Gunhawk.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Wakaya crosses his arms over his chest. I don't have to worry about Asalia wave skipper anymore.
Pirates are adept at scattering when threatened. But this makes planting your boot on the neck of a straggler all the sweeter.
Wakaya counts out a bag of coins and presents it with one arm crossed over his chest. Okay, they like us too.
I would keep my privateer busy. You will speak to me when you are ready for work, yes?
What bounties do you have available?
Your target is Radolf, a Valiant captain and seeker of lost ruins. There is no wicked length he would not go to plunder the dignity of these isles.
Wakaya's fist tightened. Already dealt with Radolf.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valiant excess.
He passes you a heavy pouch and smiles.
Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
Yeah, what bounties do you have available?
Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
She's killed us before. I'll take the bounty.
Burunga commands the Dao Puger's Tooth, which braves the turbulent waters of the Afachina Channel, far to the northeast of Neketaka.
Wakaya squints toward the horizon, nodding to himself. Oh well. Okay, cool. So we turned in a couple. Didn't manage to finish that series. Oh. Easy come, easy go, right? Why did that happen? You just have an empty spot there, or did you kick someone else off? Anyway. We don't need her as a helmsman or deckhand. We need her as a cannoneer. Is anyone not 3 stars? No. Cannoneer. Good. Well, that's all you need. You're a terrible surgeon. What are you doing there? Here's my surgeon. 2-star cannoneer, not terrible. Navigator. 1-star cook now. No, you're already a master cook. You're a master navigator. Okay, cool. So that's all they need. There are issues that I think you can only get 4 stars in any particular thing. So if they've got bosun, a better bosun floating around. Big mouth, the spider. Alright. Homeless man. Oh, you'll be just as good. Okay, well, there's no particular reason to take any one of them over the other. Wish I had someone who could be a better deckhand. Just not the case. You will end up a better helmsman, Edel. Which is not fair, it's just how it goes. Sorry. We will have Lenderith, the expert helmsman, until they become a master helmsman. Then we'll increase our speed slightly. I like those sort of mercenary decisions you gotta make, but how it goes. You know. Stove. Yeah, we sold a lot of these to them in the first place. That should be enough. Supply? Yeah, change party. Cool. I guess you can do it from anywhere. I want you because we're hunting undead. I want you because you're my best buddy, you never change. You can leave. I want Shoti just because we're gonna drop by the temple anyway, the Temple of Gorn. It's on the way. Actually dealing with a bit of one of Adair's quests before break into a tomb. One Paladinic is we're breaking into a tomb. She's got to be there. Paladin, very useful against vessels.
So you're the commander of the Iron Flail?
Were you looking to enlist?
Right, that's all.
Uh-huh. How might I help you now?
Blessing of Aethys upon
May Aethys' light shine upon you.
Good luck out there.
Take care.
Wait, what? Look at me. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze gave the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Ben said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted path?
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful.
This'll be good.
We answer the Shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake.
It looks pretty. It does. It's much more purple than the light shows, right? But it's just overpowered. Oh well.
Already the Vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. Yeah. We will follow him along the lighted path.
I mean, I was joking, but okay.
When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
They want to die and join the vessel.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
You hit the nail on the head there. You hit the hammer on the head there, Laszlo, is a quote from GTA 3, one of the radios. Like, it's said earnestly, but it is very funny. Problem is, it's stuck in my brain really well, and now I can't forget it. The journey sounds dangerous.
The Shining God demands total commitment from his followers.
Yeah, we've spoken to at least one memory of him, and I can tell you, he does not have total commitment. Even even like Wyden wasn't totally committed.
What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause? To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
Good God.
Tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, huh? Usually you'd have to stack him in a wheelbarrow and push him around.
Fucking hell, it's it. Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
It leans in toward you.
Baron said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Yeah, I kind of do with it. I kind of wish we were playing a femme watcher so that we could seduce Adair, because God, that'd be fun. Ogni's eyes shift momentarily to Adair and then back to you. She says nothing, merely raising her smile. Do you have a list of the people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
Adair turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation, but then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back at Ogni.
If they know their own, what do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
Religion, diplomacy, bluff. What do you think? 1. I've followed the lighted path all the way from its origin in Deerwood as a grand pilgrimage. 2. That I have only just learned of the partisans as circumstance, not a measure of faith. 3. Aethys does not play favorites, as Wodeca does. He would welcome all who wish to join him. Well, 5. There must be something we can do to change your mind. I assure you, in video game terms, the things we can do to change your mind are options 1, 2, or 3. They could functionally be the same, they're all using different skills. Number 1 is bluff, number 2 is diplomacy, number 3 is religion. But what do you think Slime Shadows would say? If it helps, the religion is clearly coming from Shirty. Diplomacy and bluff are Slime Shadow's wheelhouse, though. Got good skills in them because we've annoyed backers, backer NPCs, and made them train us. It's okay if no votes come in, I know which one I want to press. Probably two, sounds good to me rebooting. But I've only just loaned to the partisans the circumstance, not a measure of faith.
How right you are. Forgive me. I did not mean to cast doubt on your character. Unfortunately, even if I were to initiate you right now into our order, it would be too late to join the Vanguard.
What do you mean?
Their ship is docked right now in Neketaka and set to depart at any moment.
The dad looks at you with wide eyes.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
Alright, let's go.
They won't take you, but there will be more ships to follow.
We want to be in the Vanguard.
Stay and learn about the partisans of the lighted path, and I'll see that there is room for you.
Fuck off, and I want to push her out of the way. I think it'd be very funny.
That's a real nice offer. We'll think about it and get back to you.
There will. Ogna nods, her expression no different than it was when you arrived. Sacred step! I know, I gotta level up some people. I'll level up some people now. And once we finish the loading screen, I'm not a wizard. Not that kind of wizard. I find Technomages fascinating. I've yet to play one effectively in a game. Boys are on my mind though. I just have the picture of someone using their tablet as a spellbook, and I just think that is utterly fantastic. Such a beautiful image that's sticking in my mind. Holding their tablet in one hand, reading out spells from it. It's just useful. The mirroring of... Good night, rebooting. I hope the VOD is good to you. If it's missing anything, you let me know and we'll answer questions, okay? Both classes. Eat shit. That's so good. Threatening presence. It can't be engaged if you suck. Very good. Very good indeed. You actually don't need any of those cipher skills. No, that was good. Confusing days enemies. Lovely. Gonna take brute force. Target a different resistance if they're worse is just such a power move or an ability. That's incredible. First class system. We actually stepped forward in Adair's quest, so it may be something you wanted to take a look at. Weapon summoning, creature summoning. Fiery pillar it is! Honestly, I don't think we need anything. There we are. So we progress Adair's quest a little bit. We learned that the Queen's Birth, probably. 3 hours and 40 minutes. We learned that the Vanguard of the particular part of the Dawn Stars is leaving now. Bjorn's like possibly on that. We want to find him for Adair's quest because he could be Adair's son. So we're going to go figure it out. Get to the Vanguard set. Yep. Partisans of the lighted path and to join Aethys by dying in close proximity to them. Ship is docked in the...
You're a follower of...
Oh, you mean... well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way.
They're so cute.
I mean, I am a child of the Dawn Stars, even if firstly I'm a Dawn.
We missed it.
Damn it. Adair deflates.
They're gonna park that thing next to Aethys and slit their own throats.
They are.
I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got Baron involved. If we can't catch it, can you promise me we'll go right now?
We will, yes, we'll go right now.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
What do you want to ask?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different.
What do you mean, Adair?
But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days.
I don't understand. There's literally no way I would pickpocket Adair, our close friend.
I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back.
His eyelids flare out with relived embarrassment, not relieved.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it.
I have filled my martini glass with water. Not full of gin. That would be dangerous.
I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
There's more to her than you're giving her credit for.
Doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
She's a Dawnstar, but she doesn't worship Aethys. She worships Gorn.
Same thing, really. That's just her trying to find a way to worship Aethys that makes sense to her.
Not to be a jerk, but isn't that very common with different aspects of divinity?
I guess that sounds familiar now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
Shirty is clearly trying to seduce Adair and not having a good time. I hope you succeed. I sincerely hope you succeed. We'll put the two of you in a party together for a little bit longer and hope it turns out well, okay? Company. Children of the Dawnstars! I hope my reflexes don't kick in and I kick them, just like blow them up with cannons. That's good. Look, that's good game design, right? It seems though because we're not talking about TTRPG game design, but like we used the game's mechanics. We saw them on the map. It's like, okay, there you go. Same system as usual. There they are. A less good. Come on, guys. A less good way to do this would be to just. If you say to the yes, we'll leave right now, then you catch them, right? And we jump immediately to this scene. It's more interesting to me that it gave us a choice. It's like, are we leaving right away? Are we going to catch them? And then also, it allows us to use the mechanics we have with our ship to catch up. If we had a less good helmsman, could we get there in time? I don't know. We don't have to find out. And now, we are gonna fucking wreck these cultists. So there, hit several of them in cleaving stance in a row. Constantin, who hasn't been in our party for a while, but he's a chanter barbarian, is beating the shit out of them. Aloth, you cast Wall of Many Colors. Is that hurting all of your allies? Because I think it is. Ah, see, it's not working by the exact same mechanics. We've got all of our party members, that's pretty cool. Vartmir's kicking ass. But now we go below decks. Instead of just immediately having a, okay, you pick up all the loot, congratulations,
The others have drunk, Baron. Their souls make their way to Aethys.
Jesus Christ.
This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come, let us show him together.
Can't remember it right now because again that like that was a martini, and they are strong drinks, seriously. And I'm a lightweight. But he's putting on the accent of the Southern American preacher who did the Kool-Aid cult, killed people, assisted suicide. The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with a viscous fluid of earthy red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Baron uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck. Jim Jones, thank you, dead man. I appreciate it. As part of Jonestown, yeah.
No, kid!
And Dare stepped forward. His palms are outstretched. Baron nearly drops the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. Gaze drifts up to Adair. Stares with dull eyes as if he's trying to place him.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Adair ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Baron.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Baron waits, the vial now clenched in one hand at chest height. Very good, Jonestown, perfect. Like, several very good documentaries about that. Cults are fascinating and terrifying at the same time, but I can understand why they were a big part of Mage the Awakening, and weirdly enough, not part of Mage the Ascension at all. Fascinating. Mystery cults should be investigated. I don't know how to convincingly run one, but it's certainly interesting, and absolutely a big part of Mage the Awakening. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, or 4, friends. 1. No, actually, I'd say don't choose 4, because I'm pretty sure it'll end up with Bayhan dead, and it'll be sad. 1. We found evidence that Bosch is phony. 2. Hear us out. Decide once you've heard all sides. 3. You have doubts about this. You're questioning, just like your mother must have taught. Not Adair's son. Probably. But Adair's ex-girlfriend's son. 3? Pretty good. I'll wait just a second to see if we've got any other votes, but otherwise I'm going to press that 3. Two is very helpful, Loxy. Thank you. 1, 2, 3.
Your mom knew how to spot a fake. What do you think she'd say about him?
Adair nods but towards Bosch.
How could I know? She left me here.
Vial in Baron's hand hovers, now just above waist height.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
Cheers, Kadarian.
I will make him proud.
Sounds almost like a recitation. Adair's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. Religion. So we got options 2, 4, and 5. I love 5. It's straight up the truth. It will not work. 2. Your leader has read too many parables. The gods seldom have cause to test our faith. Or 4. I have seen evidence of the true nature of gods. You are wise to question. 2 is religion. 4 is diplomacy. Also, 4 is pretty true. 5 is the absolute truth. I just don't think it'll work. Part of the whole deal. Well, Luxie, I'm going to choose for you then. I'm going to choose 4. I've seen evidence of the true nature of the gods. You are wise to question.
Maybe he's not testing faith. Maybe he's testing if you can think for yourself.
No worries, Luxie. I'll handle it from here.
But our faith, isn't that what the gods ask of us?
No. Baron's hand lowers. It hangs at his right side, the vial dangling.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Adair fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting toward his weapon.
He must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
1 or 2. Using resolve or intellect? Adair is right. On the margin, the impact of a single added soul will be infinitesimal. I just feel like that's less as good. Like, less convincing than one. As a watcher, I will pin your soul to the floor. You will never reach Aethys.
And we'll smack it around a while, too, on behalf of your mother.
You'd keep me from my destiny? Out of spite?
Bane's expression shifts suddenly. Looks like someone who's been slapped across the face. His fingers relax and the vial clatters to the ground, splattering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
Adair takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
In all likelihood, Aethys will be defeated again, whatever his plans.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
Fuck, Adair's so good.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial towards Adair in toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
He barely gets the sentence out before the first spasms rack his frame. A reddish froth bubbles from his lips and he collapses to the floor, flopping and arching like a netted fish. In one final, rigid convulsion, his breath stops and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's all right? He looks a little seasick.
Not in much of a condition to lead a charge. Van stares silently at Gadarian Bosch. Spittle bubbles on the lips of the corpse, still bobbing.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
Lucky you weren't stronger then. The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
What an odd phrase from a faithful man.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Adair swallows and tries to say something. In the end, it just nods.
For right now, let's just get you home.
Return him to Hisongo. Well, might as well. We lose nothing by going out this way. Such an interesting, difficult tragedy. What does it mean? What does it mean to have faith in this world? If a divinity was walking across the world and causing devastation in its wake, absolutely a divinity you've worshipped all of your life, how would you feel? We've had conversations with Aethys. He's got a reason to do this. The dad looks up expectantly as Bayan disembarks, the wanker, without a word to anyone. Bayan begins to head off, staring straight ahead with sunken eyes, and doesn't break stride when he passes Adair.
Bairn.
Boy has taken another several steps before he seems to have heard anything at all, and when he stops, he doesn't turn to face Adair at first, as though keeping his options open. A long moment passes then. Persisting hesitation, he turns.
I'm not sure what you want to talk about. I have my life, and I know it's because of you. I know I should be thanking you, but the truth is, I don't know if I want to be here now, or what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's hard.
And I still don't know what to say to Aethys when I meet him one day.
It should be the other way around. He's the one who owes you an explanation.
Bayan avoids Adair's gaze.
You hear me, kid? He owes you.
Bayan gives an absent nod, still looking down, and says no more. That's literally it. Quest complete. That's where it ends.
Not in much of a mood to talk, if you don't mind.
At some point, Adair asks to speak about it, of course. We get his feelings on the matter, but God, that's good writing. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating? What a lovely little personal story in a world, and a larger story that's about world-shaking events. Why do we care about Aethys? Doesn't it tie in so well to what we care about the people we like? Adair is hilarious, he's got his faults, he's not the best person, but boy does he try. And isn't he worth, like, doing something for? The sea seems fair, but something shifts on the horizon. Hilarious, we get a sea event now, right? Because we're about to anchor in Neketaka. The Deadfire sea is calm, and the Wanker cuts smoothly across its surface, gulls trailing in the craft's wake. At the wheel, Lendreth whistles quietly to himself. Near and Adelaide stand near the starboard rail, quietly discussing the safest course to your destination. I assure you, it's not far. Wanker creaks as it crosses the waves. Whistle along with Lendreth. Lendreth grins, whistles a bit more loudly, and picks up the pace of the tune. Morale gained. The breeze tugs at your clothes as the salt-laced air shifts. A long grey line stretches across the horizon, seems to shimmer like the air on a hot day. His nose wrinkles as the sailor stares into the distance. No storm, that. Too low and growing too fast. Serafin's ears flatten against the sides of his head. Flogging fuck, cat, whatever that mother be, she be moving with a quickness. Best be bringing her about while you've got her a bring. Quiet rumble rolls across the sea as the line grows. A massive swell of water barreling towards the Wanker. Helmsman? Helmsman? We've got a good helmsman, let's do it. Bring us about. I think we're big enough to go straight over that wave. Lendreth points the bowsprit directly into the wave. The deck rises before you, water rushing past to either side as the ship ascends. You experience a moment of weightlessness before the Wanker pitches forward and plunges down the far side of the wave. The helmsman howls, though you're not sure whether in excitement or terror. Success. Lendreth gains soldier experience. Ah, grats. Welcome to the crew, baby. The swell moves past, leaving the sea heaving in its wake. As the Wanker steadies, you regain your feet, take stock of the damage. Lendreth clings to the wheel like it might try to fly away. What in the good God's names was that? The lead frowns out across the calming sea. Came from the southeastern Deadfire, Captain. Around Tikawara, if I had to guess. Or the Black Isles. Maybe there was an eruption or quake or something. The lead had gained soldier experience too. The Wanker sails on. Alright, wow, okay, we didn't have far to go at all. Now, we've got a lot of money. Alright. You can only grab 500 at a time, alright. Very cool. So I'm just spending a bunch of money on the basics because while I'm not strictly worried about it, I don't want to be concerned about it. Like, we're going to sell all this stuff, we're going to get all this stuff. We're not going to be concerned about feeding and watering our crew essentially ever again, right? And that's why I'm just grabbing +0, +1. Keep him in good ale. Keep him in scale, I think. Like, you're all wearing really highly enchanted, specialized magic gear. It doesn't matter. I want to keep the crafting ingredients, but otherwise, let's just sell our useless shit. We really need superb weapons of things we're never going to use? Probably not. Only specialized gear. That's all we have. Cool, and now we get money from this person. And, like, it feels odd because I'm not concerned that we're going to run out. I'm not concerned that we're going to be mistreating our crew. It's just... The game itself didn't give me a limit. It didn't say you can only have this amount of space in your... on your ship to store these resources. Which is good, because that wouldn't be as much fun, TM. Maya has returned to rejoin your crew. Lovely! Actually, to be honest, I bet that would be part of, like, Sid Meier's Pirates. You can only store this amount of food on your ship, so you actually have to keep that in mind.
Oi, lass, can you be learning me how to do
Could I have
that
a
big
moment
blue
of your
sword
time?
thing?
Of course.
I know someone who works in this tower. An animancer named Joccolo. I'd like to see him if we could.
I don't see why not.
Agrasim. It should not take long. I have not seen him in many years, and I wanted to thank him.
Fair enough.
You feeling all right, Pelagina? You sure you don't mean yell at him?
When I was a girl, he visited me in the academy. He was studying godlike. Studying what was in our souls that made us different from other Keith.
That's pretty interesting.
He found something in me. Something that resonated like a chime when he held an instrument near me.
Oh my.
He said it was like this for all godlike. Different chimes resonating for different types.
Sucks our poor Slam doesn't have high enough metaphysics and lore to have it. Sounds familiar.
But you are not godlike.
She narrows her eyes and twists her lips, which she considers your meaning. Something Bereth gave me when I was in the Beyond. She scrutinizes you, trying to determine your meaning. After a pause, she nods and continues.
In any case, he told me it was what was causing my body to change. I begged him to remove it.
Oof.
He refused at first, saying it was impossible. When I told him I would kill myself if he didn't, he said he would try.
Double oof.
You really had done that? Or were you just saying it? Some Valians, that's just how they make their point.
I don't expect you to understand, but I was 12. My body was changing in many ways. Being the only girl, the only godlike girl at the academy, was unbearable.
You don't have to justify anything to me, Pelagina.
Agrasima.
She smiles warmly at you.
Joccolo was not able to remove the chime, but he was able to sever it. When it happened, I blacked out. I did not wake for 2 weeks.
Oof.
The Brotherhood ejected him from the academy for ruining their pet godlike. They assumed I would die. I did not. Over time, I lost most of my feathers. The shape of my nose changed. It was not enough to make me fully Kalbandra, but it was enough to keep me from wanting to die. When I looked in a mirror, what I saw was not a godlike. Not something to be paraded around. It was me. Finally, me.
Don't have enough for this either. Damn. I'm glad someone was able to help you. She smiles warmly and breathes deeply.
Joccolo saved me. Without his help, I would be dead now.
Fair.
Thank you for understanding. If we can speak to him for a moment in the tower, I would be grateful. Is this one of those colorful pirate expressions?
Nay, gods, nay. We're literal as a dear wooden score, ma'am.
In that case, no.
No Paladin cross-class for you, Seraphim. Remember that the justification we had for Slam Shadow's picking up Cypher is that he was real close with Grieving Mother, so... It's already 2 classes, don't be greedy. Cypher Barbarian. Giacomo? Giacomo? No? I kind of thought you were here. Never mind. Hope it isn't like we have to return during the day. Elementor. Oh, guess he's not here. Bye, lol. He is an Adamancer, but he's not an unnamed Adamancer now, is he? Oh, I may have to. That would suck. Ask the Animancers. Oh my god, you're right. It's probably just speak to any fucking one of them and be like, hey, have you heard of Giacomo? Like, he's not here. I'm like, fuck, I know. I can press tab.
Marla, it's so humid. Let's get someone to conjure up a breeze.
Speak to the only named Animancer, Jimbles. Come on, how hard could it be? Just in case. Beast.
Hope you're keeping busy, Watcher. We're still running some small tests. Not quite ready for the real thing. What can I do for you?
Looking for an Adamancer named Giacomo.
Giacomo? Ak, I know him. He has a little laboratory for himself down in the gullet. His speciality is godlike. Claims he can detect them in the womb.
She spreads her hands theatrically through her though her expression never changes.
Giacomo rents a room in Cozy, the Hole, which is that grimy tavern down below. Why he seeks to bury himself, you will have to ask him yourself.
I'll get myself a nice drink at the Hole, baby.
Not many Animancers down there, so he should be easy to find, if they haven't stolen all his equipment. Or at Ogori.
I'll be on my way. Right. I want to beat up some undead. I've got 19 minutes left to do it tonight. Let's beat up some fucking undead. It may be a grudge match because those fuckers nearly killed us. Well, those fuckers killed us several times before. And god damn it, we brought ourselves a pirate and we're going into this tomb and we're going tomb robbing.
The dead fire is awfully big for this little Orlin.
I know, baby. You're okay.
You go in first.
Center tomb's opening. Go, go, go. Follow the passage. Go, go, go. Cross the hallway and continue down the twisted caverns. Out we go. Hunt some undead. Let's do it. They're undead. They deserve to be put to eternal rest. I'm not that much of a hardline anti-undead person. I've recognized that every time someone... Oftentimes an evil lich is something like, their bodies, people aren't using them anymore, their souls are gone, let me use their bodies. I'm like, they often don't have an answer to, what are you doing about disease? Whatever. I can cast Cure Disease. Not everyone has access to Cure Disease, friendos. Not how this works. And again, I'm essentially saying status quo, status quo, status quo, which is not a brilliant argument in favor to keep everything the same. Hello, friends. You don't have the things necessary to break in through there yet.
Can I borrow a sword? I promise to be careful.
Vela, I'm pretty sure you're gonna die sometime pretty soon, so like, I'd like you to be aware of how perilous your position currently is, okay?
No, I cannot do that.
Are you ready? You think it's gonna go well? Gonna get beaten up by skeletons again?
And what do we have here?
Whoa, look.
Oh, you think you're fucking tough, don't you, you bastard?
Yeah.
Get him!
Me too.
Get him!
No, I cannot do that.
What was that?
Mo.
Fuck him up.
Tell me.
Oh, yes, that's right. We did some DLC. Oh, we leveled up a bunch. We beat the goddamn beast of winter. I may have needed to cheat to get through it, but by God, some risen armsmen aren't enough to stand against us anymore.
I got this. I got this.
Careful.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Pelagina, would you? Actually, Seraphim as well. Paladin. Come on.
Tell me.
well, this is not turning out particularly well. Fire blaze, please, on everyone. What it does. Come on. Right. Everyone gets some revenge.
Would you look at that?
That looks like it's
Just like
Get him. Form disengagement attacks or deal damage. Well, she's certainly dealing damage.
we're good together.
That was Modweir, of course.
That's right. This won't do.
Oh, remember how hard that was. God, this is why I encourage you to have low-level combats every now and then for your high-level D&D party, just so they can feel how far they've come. What the differences are now. What they've learned.
Easy does it.
Careful.
Dalgal Marksman? Azure Blade. Nice. Overall. What? Neketaka, wrong place. Tech incentives with no nearby allies can interrupt. Pretty good. Or, yeah, extra bonus accuracy. Yeah, let's just take it and kill this fucker.
And what do we have? Consider. Oh, this isn't how I usually work.
Would you believe I actually considered like getting Pallegine to stand on that because one of her things right now is take damage. But, like I kind of want her to step on dragons. She doesn't have a way to taunt and like forcibly take damage. Feeling like tepid garbage. Comrade, no! I'm so sorry to hear that. Emma has been under the weather essentially all the weekend, and I thought I was sick, but I'm totally, I feel fine. Yeah, you poor thing. Like, if you didn't sleep until now, then you were likely at one of your games, and that's a plus.
Of course.
I'm sorry about the tepid garbage part.
Bathed by shadows.
Alright, we're gonna test something. Pallegine, no? Alright. Missed this, sir. Damn it. Alright, well, we tried.
Eyes open.
Yes. We're grave robbing. Sarcophagus. Yield you to your seer, the vigil. As blood seeps from a wound so deep, a death croons about this sepulchre. Let silence fall in infidel warden to betake my priest until Bareth's dark maw. After many a battle when my mace had failed him, now I bind his wound, and can watch only while he dies. Phaedwin, Lady of Vigils. 8. A robed figure holding a lantern features prominently among the etchings that adorn the sarcophagus. One comment done before your brain gave out. Oh, sorry about that. That little fucks didn't need this up. Exactly, just take it. Problem solved. And they rise to gate their stuff back. I'm like, fuck off, capitalists. You're not using it.
Isn't this something?
Yep. Cubby hole. Antidote 2. Alright. Hilariously, we've cleared the way. Now we can actually talk to one of the Watchmen, I believe. Skeleton stands rigid as stone and just as strong, eternally warding the crypt beyond. Inspect the skeleton. The skeleton's shoulders are squared for battle. Its fingers grip the rusted remains of a large mace. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a kneeling woman raising a lantern. Call out her name, the Lady of Vigils. Skeleton's shoulders are squared for battle. Its fingers grip the rusted remains of a large mace. Your voice clangs through the caverns. It echoes again and again as the air around you grows heavy. Edwin, a toll, a death knell, Fade when Lady of Vigils. The dark essence plumes up, coalescing into the air, then it curls, sifting slowly into the skeleton's mouth. Empty eye sockets alight with flames. The skeleton shudders and rattles, head bowing forward. Its soul essence seeps into the door's seals. What about the other one?
I bet my...
Skeleton stands rigid as stone and just as strong, eternally warding the crypt beyond. Inspect the skeleton. Skeleton's dress is bowed outward from pride. Its stout-boned hands clutch the haft of a heavily adorned but battle-worn spear. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a man standing triumphant under a great gate. Called his name, the Lord of Helden Gate. Your words reverberate in the darkness, beckoning the skeleton back to life. Forthward, Lord of Helden Gate. The sound becomes a thrum riding the air as his soul essence coalesces and curls around you. It prickles along your skin before snaking for the skeleton's mouth. Empty eye sockets alight with flames. The skeleton shudders and rattles, head bowing forward. Its soul essence seeps into the door's seals.
Kinda hurt.
This'll be fun. The towering skeleton straightens his spine, and the sound of his bones shifting rattles around the cavern. A gilded sword rests strapped to his back. In his hand, he grips a massive flail with a heavy skull for a striking head.
Watcher.
You see it at Baratheon. Twin fires flicker in the pits of his blackened eye sockets, burning with deadly intent.
Been more'n a middling life worth since my flails got bathed in bloody gore. Speak, then perish. Listen, you've a cause from Bereth to fare here.
The Death Guard drags the spiked skull head of his immense flail over the ground, gouging the stone at his feet. And he hefts the flail's chain over his bony shoulders. Let's take diplomatic, I think. I mean, you do have a disturbance, but I'm on a mission of utmost importance. The skeleton stands still as death, magic billowing around him, burning up the air. For several moments he only stares. His teeth click loudly and he hefts the flail from his shoulders, swinging it just short of your throat.
Then speak clear and true to what you're ant.
Whoop.
A button your next and last breath.
Alright, this one we'll vote for. 1. A ghost ship sails the seas. I come to learn of Lucia Rivan so that I might end her haunting. Or 2. Bereth's high priest laments that your eulogy has been forgotten. 3. Religion. I'm not here for that which you protect, Death Guard of Bereth. 4. Law. I learned of your history and so sought you out, the great Ysir, Adirian chosen of Bereth and the slayer of Lucia Rivan. 5. Honestly, I was just exploring. And 6. Attack. Let's get this over with. One vote for 4, pretty good. And 3 from you. Okay, without any additional votes, I'm going to tie break with a 4. I learned of your history and so sought you out, the great Ysir, Adirian chosen of Barath and slayer of Lucia Rivan. The Death Guard seized at the mention of Rivan's name. Rage, cold but violent, rattles up the skeleton's spine. The bone-popping sound, he drops the flail's skull down to crater the ground.
Aye. Stay your death, then I will.
What can you tell me about Lucia Rivan?
Curse her soul to nether and torture. Rivan would have befouled Bereth. Was a black pox on the oar that she whilom sought to vile ruin? I would aid any who hunt for Rivan. Aye. What are you seeking to learn?
Who was she?
Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin. She defied Bereth, wielded a weapon nae meant for the hands of mortals. I hunted for Rivan and the sword from Valir to the Deadfire. Hinderly caught her, slew her, and took Bereth's weapon for warding.
I bet it's here.
But Rivan wouldn't keep dead. From sheer will and faith, she riz a monster, able to breed an army of undead. Turned Death Guard, Rivan sailed with her undead army in her foulsome Thomferus.
Meaning iron strength. Can you tell me about the battle fought against the undead?
I tried to end them for good, but the battle turned against me. I tracked the ship's comings and caught a regular trail. So I sailed to meet Rivan near the shadows of Tuscan Isle. Then I waited. A far fog neared despite the good winds. Rivan's ship crept from the mist. The winds died off, the waters calmed, and the ghost ship routed my ambush. 'Twas a slaughter. I was mortal wounded, but fled with Bereth's weapon, the Engoliero dos Spears. Came to the temple of Neketaka to be buried. But I couldn't leave the sword unwarded, so I begged Bereth for another chance to serve my cause. I refused to die.
Let me ask you about something else. I must take the last stone tablet of your eulogy to the High Priest of Bereth. Sorry. The skeleton stands rigid as death, the only movement a flicker of cunning in his eyes.
Aye then, I'll allow it. They priests need to be keeping the sacred rites of Bereth alive. There it lies in my burial grave.
So you sacrificed yourself to guard the sacred weapon?
Aye. 'Twas a harsh choice, but I made it. Was willing to serve my deity by becoming what I hunted in her name. The weapon cannot be allowed out in Aora. Needed to ward it for all time.
I want it.
But I cannot keep it from the undead if I'm not undead myself.
Are you sure Barrett's alright with you breaking the cycle of rebirth?
Aye. Or surely I wouldn't be standing.
I could put that weapon to good use. For Bereth. His pale bone fingers clench a tight grip on the weapon's hilt.
Think you're deserving, do you? But in what way should I trust you now?
Not a high enough perception, not a high enough religion. We're not a death godlike. Let me ask you about something else. Farewell? So I've quick saved. Yeah, eulogy to Ysir, the sword. It is too soon. Such a pain cannot be fathomed. Wolf's teeth gnawing at my ribs. Burn and fever, this devouring flames. A troth devouring that cannot be broken to bear to slay the undead. Haunted ravine, far too near, too deep in the dead fire, rekivid the soul of swords and should have killed Ravine in battle at Tuscan Isle, killed her here, but instead we struck Sidlands. Forgot the current to the temple, sepulchres, and near saw it, ended lying in a grave, captain to the pallid night. Now I cannot keep a grip on the sword. It tolls and 'twill be taken if I die. Wielded as a wound, awesome core again, Bereth. I cannot die in failure. Will na die. Have to see Ravine suffer. Have to ward Bereth's secret weapon. Anyways. Hey. Quick save again and maybe. Oh, stick. Obsidian flake. Cool. Alright. Don't fight him, say. Time to take the tablet, but don't fight him. He's a tough fight too, it's totally fun. Alchemy, religion. Sure he has enough. But we know for sure, yeah. Right, summon it. Yeah, let's do this. There you go. Extra wound. Love it. There was a way to write a Scots accent. As about as good as the Scots page in Wikipedia.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
It was wrong, but they made a choice. Well, I don't know. It's not strictly a Scots, is it? He's from Old Valia, for fuck's sake. The closest Scots analogy was supposed to be the Deerwood. I like that fight. He's very tough. He uses the flail on you, and if I remember correctly, goes walk, fucking kills you and immediately reses that character as an enemy. Very funny. Very tough. Hey, High Priest. Got your tablet.
Coming along well, is it? It can be dangerous down there. So I read. I never went yet. But I will, after I die.
I've acquired the stone tablets containing Ysir's eulogy.
Give them here.
This priest's arms quiver from the weight of the stone-carved tablets. As he sets them down, his hands scan the grooved words. All of them.
Truly, you are Bereth's champion.
You're welcome.
Yet you will not die soon. There is work ahead for you. I set these aside for you. Old keepsakes from another time.
They're pretty good items, too.
Bereth holds you close. Perhaps in helping you.
He trails off, leaving the thought unfinished. Checking an hourglass, he uncorks the goatskin flask and chokes down half its silvery contents.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
We'll talk more soon. It's 10 o'clock. And Jibbles is calling it for the evening. You can tell that his voice is starting to lose a little bit. Forcing that terrible Scots accent probably didn't help, right? But hey, you do what you can, especially for entertainment. Friends, it's been lovely. Welcome to the beginning of another week. We may have had a single work day, but I assure you the rest of them's going to turn. Okay? Just 4 more until we get the blessed relief of the weekend. I'm hoping we all have a good day. I did, because just reiterating, I got results for 2 assignments and they turned out pretty well. Now, thank you very much for your patience in joining us over this time. Otherwise, I hope you have an excellent break. I'll see you Wednesday night for some more Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise. It'll be good fun. Otherwise, I leave you now, and I hope you tell the people you love that you love them very much. Don't let them forget that they're important to you. Because what a thing to regret, keeping things unsaid. Anyway, good night. Much love. Oh, yeah, also, remember to check out my hosting list, right? If you got free time on the weekend, you got to check out Dead Man's Tea Party, right? Same way I do. Mwah.